Prabowo tuai apresiasi pemimpin dunia usai pidato di Sidang Umum PBB. New York, Amerika Serikat, 24/9, antara Presiden RI Prabowo Subianto menuai respons positif dari para pemimpin dunia setelah menyampaikan pidato pada sesi debat umum Sidang Majelis Umum ke-80 Perserikatan Bangsa-Bangsa, PBB, di New York, Amerika Serikat, Selasa 23 September setempat. Sebagaimana keterangan yang diterima, Prabowo langsung dikerubungi sejumlah pemimpin dunia, usai menyampaikan pidato di hadapan para kepala negara, kepala pemerintahan, serta delegasi dari hampir seluruh negara di dunia. Raja Yordania Abdullah II tampak menyalami Prabowo, begitu juga dengan Presiden Brasil Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. Mereka terlihat memberikan ucapan selamat dan menyampaikan apresiasi atas pesan-pesan kuat yang disampaikan. Diketahui dalam pidatonya, Prabowo menyoroti beberapa hal penting. Di antaranya adalah keberhasilan Indonesia dalam mewujudkan swasembada beras sekaligus menyampaikan harapan agar dunia bersatu dalam perdamaian. Kita harus bertindak sekarang. Kita harus memperjuangkan tatanan multilateral di mana perdamaian, kemakmuran, dan kemajuan bukan hak istimewa segelintir, melainkan hak semua, kata Prabowo. Dengan PBB yang kuat, kita bisa membangun dunia di mana yang lemah tidak menderita karena kelemahannya, tetapi hidup dengan keadilan yang layak mereka terima, imbuhnya. Selain itu, Presiden juga menegaskan kembali posisi Indonesia terhadap solusi dua negara untuk konflik Palestina. Kita harus memiliki Palestina yang merdeka, tetapi kita juga harus mengakui dan menjamin keselamatan serta keamanan Israel. Hanya dengan itu kita bisa mendapatkan perdamaian sejati, perdamaian tanpa kebencian, perdamaian tanpa kecurigaan. Satu-satunya solusi adalah solusi dua negara, tegas kepala negara. Presiden Prabowo menyampaikan pidato pada Sidang Majelis Umum PBB, UNGA, pada urutan ketiga setelah Presiden Brasil Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva dan Presiden Amerika Serikat Donald Trump. Sekretaris Kabinet Teddy Indrawijaya menyebut kehadirannya menjadi momentum penting bagi Indonesia untuk menegaskan peran aktif di forum multilateral tertinggi dunia.
Armaments in Syria, we deterred Iran's Shiite militias in Iraq, and most importantly, and above anything else that I could say to you or that we did in this past year, in this past decade, we devastated Iran's atomic weapons and ballistic missiles programs. So, here's where things stand today. Half the Houthi leadership in Yemen, gone. Yahya Sinwar in Gaza, gone. Hassan Nasrallah in Lebanon, gone. The Assad regime in Syria, gone. Those militias in Iraq, well, they're still deterred. And their leaders, if they attack Israel, will also be gone. And for Iran's top military commanders and its top atomic bomb scientists, well, they're gone too. Israel's 12-day war with Iran, which I renamed Operation
146 were in the 21st century. This number under the gaze of the civilized world. 428 people died of starvation. I will show you a photo out of those 428 from daily life in Gaza. 146 the first were children, and this number is increasing every day. These are now people. I will show you a photo. These are women. A picture from daily life in Gaza. That they are holding in their first hands, cups and buckets. As you see, feel your conscience. These are answer the following question: can we possibly have a reasonable reason for this brutality in 2025? But this shameful picture in Gaza has been unfolding and is being repeated every day for 23 months now. And there are 2.5 million Gazans who live in 365 square kilometers. And every day what happens is they are being dragged from one place to another. The healthcare infrastructure of Gaza is completely collapsed. Doctors have been killed or they have disappeared while under custody. Ambulances have been hit. Hospitals targeted and destroyed. Treatment is not possible. Surgery is not possible. It's not possible to find medications. Now, dear friends, now as Tayyip Erdogan, with a heavy heart, with my heart bleeding here, I'm telling you, innocent little ones, just 2 or 3 years old, without hands, arms, or legs, have become, unfortunately, a common sight to see in Gaza. This one. What kind of a human conscience can possibly bear this? Possibly. How can one stay silent vis-a-vis this? In a world where children are dying of starvation and lack of medication, can we possibly have calm and peace? We all are parents. We have children or grandchildren who we dearly cherish. Here, say in America or in Europe, anywhere in the world, when a small rose thorn hurts a child's hand, the hearts of parents break. But in Gaza, children's hands, arms, and legs are being amputated without anesthesia. Now, I'm extremely sorry to say, but this represents the lowest point of humanity. Human history has not witnessed such bloodshed within the last century. All of this is happening before our very eyes. The genocide in Gaza is being broadcast live every moment through the media and social media. So far, Israel has deliberately killed 250 journalists working in national and international media in Gaza. And they
Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. And I don't mind making this speech without a teleprompter, because the teleprompter is not working. I feel very happy to be up here with you nevertheless, and that way you speak more from the heart. I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble. Hello, Madam First Lady. Thank you very much for being here. And Madam President, Mr. Secretary General, First Lady of the United States, distinguished delegates, ambassadors, and world leaders. 6 years have passed since I last stood in this grand hall and addressed a world that was prosperous and at peace in my first term. Since that day, the guns of war have shattered the peace I forged on 2 continents. An era of calm and stability gave way to one of the great crises of our time. And here in the United States, 4 years of weakness, lawlessness, and radicalism under the last administration delivered our nation into a repeated set of disasters. 1 year ago, our country was in deep trouble, but today, just 8 months into my administration, we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, and there is no other country even close. America is blessed with the strongest economy, the strongest borders, the strongest military, the strongest friendships, and the strongest spirit of any nation on the face of the earth. This is indeed the golden age of America. We are rapidly reversing the economic calamity we inherited from the previous administration, including ruinous price increases and record-setting inflation like we've never had before. Under my leadership, energy costs are down, gasoline prices are down, grocery prices are down, mortgage rates are down, and inflation has been defeated. The only thing that's up is the stock market, which just hit a record high. In fact, it hit a record high 48 times in the last short period of time. Growth is surging, manufacturing is booming. The stock market, as I said, is doing better than it's ever done. And all of you in this room benefit by that. Almost everybody. And importantly, workers' wages are rising at the fastest pace in more than 60 years. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? In 4 years of President Biden, we had less than $1 trillion of new investment into the United States. In just 8 months since I took office, we have secured commitments and money already paid for $17 trillion. Think of it, 4 years, less than $1 trillion, 8 months, much more than $17 trillion is being invested in the United States, and it's now pouring in from all parts of the world. We've implemented the largest tax cuts in American history and the largest regulation cuts in American history, making this once and again the best country on earth to do business. And many of the people in this room are investing in America, and it's turned out to be an awfully good investment during this 8-month period.
I would like to call on the next speaker. The Assembly will hear an address by His Excellency Prabowo Subianto, President of the Republic of Indonesia. I request protocol to escort His Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great honor for me to stand in this August General Assembly Hall among leaders and representatives who represent almost all of humanity. We differ in race, religion, and nationality, yet we gather together today as one human family. We are here first and foremost as fellow human beings, each created equal, endowed with unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The words of the United Nations Declaration of Independence have inspired democratic movements across continents, including the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, the Mexican Revolution, the Chinese Revolution, and Indonesia's own struggle and journey to freedom. It also gave birth to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted by the United Nations in 1948. All men are created equal was the creed that opened the way to unprecedented global prosperity and dignity. And yet, in our own era of scientific and technological triumphs, an era capable of ending hunger, poverty, and environmental ruin, we also continue to face today grave dangers, challenges, and uncertainties. Human folly, fueled by fear, racism, hatred, oppression, and apartheid, threatens our common future. My country knows this.
Pidato Presiden soal Palestina, langkah bela sejarah dan kemanusiaan. Jakarta, 24/9. Antara, Menteri Kebudayaan Fadlizon mengatakan bahwa pidato Presiden Prabowo Subianto di Sidang Majelis Umum PBB tentang Palestina adalah momentum bersejarah yang menegaskan posisi Indonesia sebagai bangsa yang berpihak pada keadilan, kemanusiaan, dan keberlanjutan peradaban. Menurut Menbud, pidato Presiden tidak sekadar menyoroti aspek politik dan hubungan internasional, melainkan menggarisbawahi dimensi sejarah dan budaya yang menentukan arah peradaban dunia. Presiden Prabowo menyampaikan dengan sangat jelas bahwa pengakuan terhadap Palestina adalah langkah di sisi sejarah yang benar. Beliau mengingatkan dunia bahwa sejarah tidak pernah berhenti, dan setiap bangsa akan diingat oleh sikap yang mereka ambil pada saat-saat genting ini, ujar Fadli dalam keterangan pers di Jakarta, Rabu. Menbud menilai pernyataan Presiden sebagai panggilan nurani dan keberpihakan sejarah yang melampaui politik praktis. Pidato ini menegaskan kembali posisi Indonesia bahwa membela Palestina berarti menjaga kehormatan sejarah. Ini tentang memastikan bahwa nilai-nilai peradaban, keadilan, martabat, dan solidaritas tidak terhapus dari catatan umat manusia, jelasnya. Ia menambahkan bahwa tragedi yang terjadi di Palestina harus dipahami sebagai krisis budaya. Budaya, kata dia, adalah dimensi penting yang kerap luput dari pemberitaan global, padahal terjadi penghapusan kebudayaan dan identitas bangsa Palestina secara sistematis. Apa yang terjadi di Palestina? Menurutnya menyerang akar peradaban melalui penghancuran situs-situs budaya, pembungkaman seniman, pelarangan ekspresi budaya, dan terputusnya transmisi sejarah. Ini adalah bentuk genosida budaya, katanya. Serangan Israel yang menghancurkan situs bersejarah, ruang seni, komunitas, hingga membungkam para seniman Palestina, merupakan bentuk nyata dari serangan terhadap identitas kolektif bangsa. Fadly menekankan bahwa Kementerian Kebudayaan akan terus mengawal isu Palestina melalui jalur diplomasi budaya, bekerja sama dengan komunitas internasional, UNESCO, dan mitra global lainnya. Inisiatif tersebut mencakup program digitalisasi warisan budaya Palestina, promosi karya sastra dan seni Palestina ke publik internasional, serta residensi bagi seniman Palestina di luar negeri, termasuk Indonesia. Diplomasi budaya adalah jembatan yang menjaga agar identitas Palestina tetap hidup. Indonesia siap mendukung agar suara budaya, karya seni, dan memori kolektif Palestina terus bergema, meskipun tengah menghadapi penghancuran fisik dan kemanusiaan, ungkapnya. Lebih jauh, Fadly menilai pidato Presiden Prabowo di PBB juga menegaskan konsistensi politik luar negeri Indonesia. Sejak awal kemerdekaan, Indonesia telah menempatkan dukungan terhadap Palestina sebagai amanat konstitusional dan moral. Dalam forum global ini, Indonesia tidak hanya hadir sebagai negara anggota, melainkan tampil sebagai bangsa yang berani menegaskan posisi di hadapan dunia.
Kita menyaksikan Presiden kita, Bapak Prabowo Subianto, menunjukkan kelasnya sebagai pemimpin dunia, apalagi setelah pidato setelah Presiden Trump. Justru seperti menjawab dari apa yang disampaikan oleh Presiden Amerika yang tidak percaya banyak hal. Dari Presiden kita menggarisbawahi tentang multilateralisme terkait dengan two-state solution, karena ini adalah cara yang menurut saya sangat realistis, sangat pragmatis dan realistis. Memang harus penyelesaiannya itu two-state solution untuk perdamaian yang ada di sana. Dan yang paling penting adalah segera menghentikan genosida, genocide yang dilakukan oleh Israel terhadap warga Palestina, khususnya warga Gaza, yang telah menelan korban lebih dari 62.000 manusia, terutama juga anak-anak dan wanita.